Hello, and welcome to the Parents' Guide on Cultural Differences. Part 1. Your child may well grow up playing alongside, working with, or living in a community that's made up of people from different cultures. Cultural difference is hard to define. We can see cultural difference often in the clothes that people wear, in the way that people pray or meditate if they don't believe in God or gods, in the food that people eat according to their religious beliefs, or foods that have been passed on to them through their cultural heritage. And cultural difference can be seen in the festivals and celebrations that take place. So how do schools teach children about cultural difference? Well, your child will interact with their friends in class and at school and visitors that we welcome into school. They'll learn about difference through lessons such as geography, history, in English perhaps through a story or drama, and through religious education. We celebrate differences in school and around the world by looking at festivals and food that's eaten and through artwork. And we challenge stereotypes so that the whole school community tries not to overgeneralise. We also teach children empathy through our PSHE lessons. So why do schools teach religious education? Well, it's part of our national curriculum, and it helps to explore the big questions in life so that people can make decisions on how they live their lives and reflect on those ideas. It explores issues of right and wrong, belief about God or gods. It explores the meaning and purpose of life, and not just at a local level or national, but throughout the world. It helps children to agree or disagree, but with respect. It enables children to grow up to become active and positive members of society with its diverse religions and worldviews. It also helps them to develop their own ideas and identities. And as a school, we show our values of tolerance, respect, the rule of law, democracy, and individual liberty. When your child starts school, they'll learn a sense of belonging. This is done through talking to them about their family and who they live with at home, which class they're in at school, if they're part of a club or a sporting activity, who their friends are, which community they live in, and if they're part of a church or a mosque or a different faith family. They'll start to learn about Christianity and other faiths as part of their growing sense of themselves, their own community, and their place within it. Symbols. These are the first few religious symbols your child will begin to recognise. The Christian cross and the Christian fish. The cross represents Jesus dying and rising from the dead. In Islam, the crescent and star are often seen on the top of mosque buildings, although not all Muslims think this symbol represents Islam. This symbol is the word Allah in the Arabic language. In Judaism, the Star of David is an important symbol. He was a very important Jewish king that ruled Israel a long time ago. The menorah is a special candle holder. Often it has 7 branches. This one has 9. This menorah is a special Hanukkah menorah used during the celebration of Hanukkah. Your child will also begin to learn about people that have no religion. For example, humanists. The symbol for humanism is this one here. It's the happy human. It became the symbol after winning a competition organised by the British Humanist Association in 1965. Humanists believe in making themselves and the world a better place and often meditate. Another religion your child will learn about is Hinduism. For Hindus, this symbol is very important. Some Hindus think it was the first sound that ever existed. It's the Aum. As your child gets older and at secondary school, they will continue to learn about other world religions, including Sikhism. The khanda here is made up of 3 symbols: the sword in the centre, the circle representing everlasting God, and these 2 swords, one represents the earth and the other represents heaven. Ik Onkar are the first words in the Sikh holy book. It means there is only one God. And this 8-spoked wheel, or the Dharma chakra, is the Buddhist symbol. It represents the teaching of Buddhism's founder, the Buddha. Holy books. In Christianity, the Bible is a collection of 66 books that are important to Christians. It's split into 2 parts, the Old and New Testament. It was written by over 40 different people, and it was written over a period of 1,500 years, between 2,000 and 3,500 years ago. The 39 books of the Old Testament describe the time from creation to about 400 years before the Common Era. It includes stories, history, poems, and laws, including the 10 Commandments. There are 27 books in the New Testament containing information about the life of Jesus and his teachings. It also contains letters written to members of the early church. In Islam, the Quran is the holy book. Muslims believe that the words of the Quran are the words of Allah given to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, by the angel Jibril between 610 and 632 Common Era. Followers of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, wrote the words as he recited or said them. It contains prayers, stories, history and instructions. Many Muslims learn Arabic so that they can understand the Quran in its original language. The Quran is usually kept on the highest shelf in a Muslim's home, and it will never be put on the floor as a mark of respect. Many Muslims will place it on a special stand and wash before reading it. In Judaism, the Torah is the Jewish holy book. It was written possibly over 3,200 years ago. It is also called the 5 books of Moses and explains how God created the world. It contains the 10 Commandments and 603 other laws. Sometimes it's in the form of a book, but at other times it's a scroll that can be rolled out to read the relevant parts. The Torah scroll will be kept at the front of the synagogue in a special place called the Ark. The Torah is part of a bigger book called the Tanakh. The Tanakh contains many of the writings that are in the Christian Bible's Old Testament. Many Jews will have a book version of the Tanakh at home. In Hinduism, the Vedas are 4 important collections of writing. They were originally written in the language of ancient Sanskrit by people living in ancient India. The Vedas contain hymns, beliefs, and instructions from the people of the Indus Valley. That was a place in India, and they date back over 2,900 years to between 1200 BCE and 900 BCE. The Vedas are some of the oldest religious writings still around today. They contain stories of the Hindu gods and explain how the world started. They also have information about everyday life of the people living in India 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. In Sikhism, the Sikh holy book is called the Guru Granth Sahib. It contains many Hindu and Sikh hymns. It was created over 300 years ago. Sikhism has had 10 leaders called Gurus. The Guru Granth Sahib was created by the 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh. The book is the 11th and final Guru. The book is treated with the same respect as a religious leader. Sikhs never turn their back on it, and it is never placed on the floor. A building that contains the Guru Granth Sahib is called a Gurdwara. Every evening, a Guru Granth Sahib is put to bed by covering it in silk cloth, and each morning it is placed on a special platform called a Manji Sahib. Some Sikhs have a Guru Granth Sahib at home. It will have its own room and be looked after in a similar way as the Guru Granth Sahib in the Gurdwara. Some Sikhs may keep a Gutka instead. This is a book that contains some of the writings included in the Guru Granth Sahib. In Buddhism, the Tripitaka means 3 baskets and probably refers to the way the Buddhist writings were first stored. Buddha is the founder of Buddhism. The Tripitaka was created by Buddha's followers and contains the oldest collection of Buddha's teachings. It was created over 2,200 years ago. It was written in the Pali language, so the book is also called the Pali Canon. The Tripitaka has 3 main sections. The first section contains a set of rules for Buddhist monks. The second describes the life of the Buddha, and the third section explains the Buddha's teachings. Thank you for watching part 1 of Cultural Differences. Please take a few minutes to complete our feedback form. You can find the link for this attached to the details of this video. Part 2 will be coming up soon.